far as the budget update goes, we need to work out a date to get a budget work session so that we can go through it. I'd like to be able to do that here after the holiday, last week in April, beginning week in May, so that we can, at our May meeting, have a budget to go forward with. Because at that time, we're just a little bit away from the school year ending, and I want to have contracts ready to go out. So we'd like to get our budget approved at the next month's meeting. So we need to get a budget work session. As far as director's report, again, the year is winding down. We're down to 5 weeks of things of school to get our activities done and completed. So we're all running around with our hair on fire trying to get things done. We will, and I'll be able to tell you the next time, we're looking at doing our end of the year picnic and awards day on Friday, May the 12th. And as always, you are welcome to come. Get yourself some hamburgers and hot dogs and just have a good day with the students. So we're looking at doing that Friday, May the 12th. Excuse me? Well, it's all day long. When we do the awards is during third block, so somewhere around 1:20 to 1:30 is when we give away the awards. So if you come in the afternoon for lunch at 12:30, and just hang around for the block, that would be great.
What date you said it was?
That's Friday, May the 12th. Friday, May the 12th. Testing is going on, and we're doing the same thing. We're going to be setting up a few more tests that we haven't done yet. But I can let you know that our certified nursing assistant class, the CNA, 16 out of 18 of our young ladies passed the state board test. It was done here last weekend, not this weekend, but last weekend on Saturday and Sunday. And you always have the chance of a few, and they miss simple things, but it's a big enough deduction that you can't get past that. So that's very good. Having 16 of 18, we're happy with. We'd rather have 18 of 18, but they did a good job. And those that didn't make it had the chance of taking it again. Old business, we talked about infrastructure upgrade last month, and Mr. Clemens, you talked about working out the figures and everything. E-rate is something that had to be done in such a hurry. We're putting it off for this year, but come July 1 of next year, I would like to look at us talking about getting the building wired for the wireless infrastructure. So that is something I would like to start talking about for the next year, and also to be talked about in our budget work session so that we have the money worked out to get that in place for next year too. So we'll have some figures for you at the budget work session. And I'd like to get rolling on that come the new year. Okay. Any questions on the infrastructure upgrade at this time?
With that amount, what kind of time frame? You're hoping to have it done before the next school year? Is that what you're doing?
Looking to get it done during the next school year. I'd like to get it done right at the very beginning, get things moving, get it installed and in place. But like I said, the E-rate turnaround is pretty. We were at the end of the window to get things done, and I didn't want to rush it.
So you're talking about July 2018 rather than July 2017?
No, July 2017.
Okay,
When we get to our next school year, I want to do that.
Okay.
The CST computer course, I put out surveys to students, and besides what we already have that have signed up, that have an interest in the course, it's looking like we have solid numbers to move forward with it. So my intention now that we know that is to move forward and get the advertisement out and get a qualified person in here for that position.
What were the numbers?
Well, there's already 17, I believe, that's in Allegany's computer. I can probably get it to you at dinner. I don't have the exact numbers on me. But in the survey, Covington would be allotted 5 and 5. They had that many on their list. And Alleghany also had, besides those 17, on the survey of students that said that they're interested but have not talked to the counselor yet. There was enough to to make it another good chunk to fill that. A maximum of 30 students could be in that course from Alleghany, a maximum 10 from Covington.
Should be a total of 40 max.
Total of 40 max for the CST1. And then also when you're looking at the other network software course, it would be the same thing.
When do they sign up for the classes now?
They're doing that now. The counselors are getting what their interests are and what they'd like to, and then as you get a little bit later this year, they're going to sit down in Power School and try to run a schedule for all these students. And some students get pushed out of certain things and have to go to other things, but they're in the process of doing that right now.
So they're making that available, that course, they're saying this is available next year.
Yes.
Spanger, what would happen if, I know you said there was 38 Alleghany and 10 CHS. What if we had 28 Alleghanies and 12 CHS? They're not going to turn away.
Yeah, we let the 12 CHS.
Same if it was vice versa.
Same thing that we do with any course we have. We had an agreement between the two schools that after 3 days, if there's any slots the other school's not using, then they're given over to the other school. So it's like right now in carpentry, I have 14 Alleghany students and 6 Covington students in my level 1. You know, there was an extra slot Alleghany wasn't using, Covington wanted it, so they're using it. You know, that's the way it works. We try to maximize the availability for students. So if one school's not using it, let the other one have it.
I don't have any idea if we're going to proceed with the sign that's out front. Are we going to have a sign that we design or that you're marking?
Yeah, we're still, so Jimmy and I were talking about the other day. I know Mandy's class is the one that worked on that design that we looked at. So, yeah, I mean, it's in process working. I don't know that it's going to be done at the end of this school.
Is that going to be part of the budget? I mean, is that something that we?
It's really not going to be that expensive overall.
So we're going to do it in-house. Most of the materials
I
probably
think-
in-house.
Yeah, I think we can pretty well work it out
What about landscaping or
with what we're doing.
Would we be able to?
Yeah,
that as
landscaping.
well?
Yeah. Again, that's sort of stuff that we normally just pull out of what we have.
Is there curriculum for the CST? Is there
Yes.
text and?
There's curriculum, and yeah, we will probably have to buy some new text in a sense. It's been a while since we had the program here. We'll need to get new text, but we have textbooks built into our budget. And different courses use it different ways. Yes, yeah, permission for the overnight trip for our national, for our state champion HOSA individual to go to Orlando, Florida from June 20th through June 25th, along with our instructor, Ms. Gibbons.
How many students would be?
Just one student.
Just one, okay. Do I have a motion to approve the overnight trip to HOSA Nationals in Orlando, Florida, June 20th through June 25th?
Motion.
I'll second. We have a motion and a second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed say nay. The motion to approve the trip has been approved.
Do you have an idea of the cost?
Yeah, again, I'll have to pull, I'll show it to you, I'll pull that out. Yeah, we haven't done the airline tickets or the hotel room yet, but I did do a look ahead to see what it was.